everybody, and welcome back to Multiplex Movie Melee. I'm your host, Kaleb Boatman, and today, got a good match for you. It is Dean Manness versus Amaru Moses. This should be a fun match. Both these guys haven't played since either, in Dean's case, last year. In Rue's case, he has not played since, I want to say, early 2020? Maybe 2021. Rue can correct me on that. Time is a construct. Anyway, Dylan, how are you doing tonight?
I'm doing good. Yeah, this is a really interesting matchup, I feel like, because, Dean had one of the more underrated matches last year. Like, if you haven't watched his match against James Puckett, please do. It's a really good match. And so I'm very excited to see what he could do against Amaru, who most people, I think, consider him as just like a fandom player or a geek player, but he is sneakily very, very good at general movie trivia. So I'm excited to see this match.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, without further ado, we're going to bring him in, starting with Rue. Rue,
Hey.
It's been a while.
It has.
You're getting back on the, when you were last here, it was called Warzone. Now it's called Melee. So getting back on the general movies horse, so to speak, at least over here at Multiplex. How are you feeling?
I like these matches. I have a 1-0 record, I believe. I think I played that match in 2020. I can't remember either. But like, I want to win, very much so. But there's not as much pressure as in the thing everybody knows me to be really good at. So, but as Dylan said, I feel like I am very good at general movie trivia. I just want to make sure I don't make a fool of myself, which I don't think will happen. But you never know with these things. So happy to have Kirk with me.
Yeah, absolutely. I tell you what, we got a lot to be excited about in Phoenix Club this year. I think one of the things I'm most excited about is finally bringing Rue home. This is so great, back where he belongs. And yeah, I mean, Dylan hit the nail on the head. Rue is famous for, inner geekdom for fandom. He's one of the best to ever do that. But don't sleep on him as a 50-50 player. He knows his stuff in general movies. It's been a while. We're going to kick the rust off today, see what happens. Like Rue said, absolutely no pressure. But, I have high hopes for the outcome here.
That's fair. Well, thank you, Rue. Thank you, Kirk. Now we're going to bring in Dean and his de facto manager, Javi. Dean, coming back since late last year. How are you feeling making your second match?
It's a big match for me. It's my first match with the Kingsmen, so I'm very excited for that. Also, super excited to play Rue. I'm a huge fan, actually. So this is very exciting just to be on the same call as him, to play against him. This is going to be great. But also very nervous because he is actually scary good. He's very good. So I'm just ready to go here, ready to put on a good show.
That's fair. Javi, do you have anything to say? You're muted, buddy.
Great. Perfect. This is going super well. I'm really excited for this match. We're not taking Rue lightly, but I have a lot of confidence in Dean, so I think it's going to be a great match.
That is fair. Well, thank you, Javi. And now we're going to get started with round one. Round one's going to work like this. 8 different questions, 8 different categories. You get all 8 right, you get a bonus question, 3 repeats, and a challenge allotted to you throughout the entire match, should you need them. Remember to keep your hands on screen at all times. So we get started with your first question, the category of musicals. Who played the older version of Fantine's daughter, Cosette, in 2012's Les Miserables?
A lot of people hate this movie. Are you one of them?
Yes, I am one of them. I feel like the people who really hate this movie are the people who have seen the show, or at least some version of it. So, yeah, 5, 4, 3.
Repeat, please.
Okay, that is Dean's first repeat. Question in the category musicals. Who played the older version of Fantine's daughter, Cosette, in 2012's Les Miserables?
Yeah, I thought it was bad, but I didn't hate it that much because I'm not as familiar with the stage show, and I watched it right after a bunch of much worse films. I feel like so.
4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down. Let's go to Rue.
Amanda Seyfried.
And Dean.
Oh, got it at the last second. Amanda Seyfried.
That is correct.
So your next question comes in the category of action adventure. What 2000s film centers around a teenager with teleportation abilities who is caught up in a war between those like him and their sworn annihilators?
Do you have any sworn annihilators, Dylan?
Yes, I think. I might have annihilated them all, actually. No, I think we're good.
That's fair.
Yeah.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down. My sworn annihilators are called the Phoenix Club, apparently. Let's
Fair.
go to Dean
Jumper.
and Root.
Jumper.
That's correct. 2-2. Nobody's missed a question yet. As we get to your third question, category directors. What famous filmmaker directed the 1980s films Prince of the City, Death Trap, and Family Business?
Are you a prince of any city?
Apparently, I am a prince of a small German town called Orlu-Druini, at least according to Payson changing a Wikipedia article to prove a point. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down. Let's go to Dean
I have Robert Altman.
and Amaru.
Said Michael Mann.
Both incorrect. Looking for Sidney Lumet.
So no perfect rounds as we get into your next category, which is comedy. In Home Alone, Kevin first talks to his neighbor, Old Man Marley, when they are at what type of location?
Could you imagine if Old Man Marley was played by Bob Marley?
That would be amazing.
He'd be like, Kevin, don't worry about a thing. 5, 4, 3, 2,
Should have
1. Pens down. Let's go to Dean
I've got Church.
and Root.
Church.
Church is correct. As we get to your fifth question, category of the 1970s. Who starred in the film The Way We Were and also performed the film's title song?
songs.
Yeah.
They're cool.
Past tenses are
Yes.
also cool.
Mm-hmm.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down, pens down. Let's go to Dean
Dolly Parton.
and Root.
I said Barbara Streisand.
Barbara Streisand is correct.
Let's go.
So 4-3, Root takes first blood. As we get into your next question, Dylan.
Yep, which comes in the category of recent releases. Which 2022 film, both directed by and starring Cooper Raiff, follows a 22-year-old guy who becomes a party starter at bar mitzvah parties? Getting all the mouthful of questions. This is rough.
That's fair. I'm sorry.
That's all right.
You know, we don't do that thing where it's like, oh, do you want odds or evens? It's like, no, I always take odds, or whoever the host is always takes odds. Co-host always takes evens. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down. Let's go to Root
One hop this time. Cha-cha, real smooth.
and Dean.
Cha-cha, real smooth.
That is correct. As
Somebody
we
put
get
the
to your
music in there,
penultimate
please.
question in the category of scores and soundtracks. Who composed the scores for the films The Incredibles, Spider-Man No Way Home, and Lightyear?
Songs.
Yeah.
Scores.
What songs?
They're cool.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down. Let's go to Root
Mr. Giacomo, Michael Giacchino.
and Dean.
Michael Giacchino.
Both correct. As we get into your last question, take it away, Dylan.
Which comes in the category of horror. What is the profession of Rosemary's husband, Guy Woodhouse, in the film Rosemary's Baby? I shockingly have not seen this movie.
That is actually very shocking.
Yeah.
Like, knowing you, that's actually crazy.
Yeah. I'm just going to wait for the director to die before I watch any of his movies.
You know what? Valid.
He's got to be
5,
close.
4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down. I forgot he wasn't dead, honestly. He's dead to me. Let's go to Dean
Doctor.
and Root.
I went with the other one. Lawyer.
Both incorrect. Looking for actor.
The third
So,
one.
We are at Rue in the lead with 6, Dean at 5. As we get into round number 2, round 2 is going to work like this. Each competitor is going to get a chance to spin the wheel. If they like what they spin, they can keep it. If they don't, they can spin again, but then they're going to be stuck with it. They're going to get 5 questions in whatever category they get. They get it right, 2 points, multiple choice, 1 point. Get it wrong, other player gets a chance for the steal. So, bring in the wheel. Oops. Bring in the wheel. Rue, you're in the lead. Would you like to spin first or defer? Your categories before you make that decision are Dean's Strengths of Non-Fandom, directed by John Carpenter. Your Strength of Harry Potter, also Westerns, Coming of Age / Teen, Horror, Comic Book Movies, Mystery Thriller, and Scores and Soundtracks.
Second, right?
Yeah,
Second.
We'll defer.
Get something off of here. Yep.
Okay.
We'll defer.
So we will bring in Javi. This is going to be your spin. Your spin is away, and it's going to land on horror. Would you like to keep that or spin again?
I think we got to take, eh?
Yep.
Okay.
Okay. So, Dylan, would you like to give Dean his questions in the category of horror?
Absolutely. All right. So, Dean, your first question in the category of horror. Who stars as Jay Height in It Follows?
Five.
I'll go multiple choice.
All right. Your options are A, Emma Roberts, B, Catherine Newton, C, Micah Monroe, or D, Lucy Boynton.
B.
B is incorrect. So Amaru for the 1 point steal. Is it A, Emma Roberts, B, Catherine Hahn, C, Micah Monroe, or D, Lucy Boynton?
I go Emma Roberts.
That is also incorrect. We were looking for C, Micah Monroe. So your next question, Dean. What instrument does Edwin Flagg play in Whatever Happened to Baby Jane?
Multiple choice.
All right. Your options are A, a piano, B, violin, C, guitar, or D, saxophone.
A.
That is correct for 1 point. Third question. What 90s horror film is about a man who starts to see visions of a girl's ghost after being put in a hypnotic trance?
Five. 4. 3.
Multiple
2.
choice, please.
All right. Your options are A, House on Haunted Hill, B, Jacob's Ladder, C, In the Mouth of Madness, or D, Stir of Echoes.
D.
That is correct for 1 point. So your penultimate question in this category. Who directed The Mist?
Frank Darabont.
That is correct for 2 points. So then your final question in this category. In 1976's The Omen, Robert is killed by a person with what profession?
Five. 4. 3.
Let's go multiple choice, please.
All right, your options again are priest, B, nanny, C, photographer, or D, police officer.
C.
5. 4.
C is incorrect. So for the 1 point steal, Amaru,
1.
is it A, priest, B, nanny, C, photographer, or D, police officer?
Nanny?
That is also incorrect. We're looking for D, police officer.
Okay, coming to that round, I have Dean at 9, Rue at 6. 9 and 6. Is that what you have, Dylan?
That is what I have, yes.
9 to 6. As we get into Rue's spin, we bring the wheel back in, and we will bring in Kirk and the wheel. Okay, Rue, your spin is away. And you land on Mystery Thriller. Would you like to keep it or spin again?
I feel like we're gonna need to just keep it.
Keep it?
Fill out with those. I don't
All
land
right.
on something else.
Okay,
I'll feel good
we're in
with
a good spot. Don't be afraid of multiple choice. We're in a good position here.
that. Yep.
All right.
All right.
All right, thank you, Kirk. And Rue, I'll give you your questions in the category of Mystery Thriller. Your first question. Who directed The Long Goodbye?
Multiple choice.
Multiple choice options are A, Robert Altman, B, John Gillerman, C, John Schlesinger, D, Sidney Lumet.
Sidney Lumet.
That is incorrect. Dean, for the 1-point steal, your options are A, Robert Altman, B, John Gillerman, C, John Schlesinger, D, Sidney Lumet.
A.
That is correct for 1 point. All right, Rue, your second question in the category Mystery Thriller. What is the profession of Mel Gibson's character in Conspiracy Theory?
He's a cab driver.
This is correct for 2 points. What film is about a Wyoming U.S. Fish and Wildlife agent who finds a frozen dead body? Five, 4, 3, 2.
Multiple choice.
Multiple choice options are A, Frozen River, B, Wind River, C, The Mountain Between Us, D, The Snowman.
Wind River.
That's correct for 1 point. What weapon is used to kill Yvette the maid in Clue?
Rope.
Correct for 2 points. And the lead, as we get into your last question, who plays the title character in The Girl on the Train?
Multiple choice.
Multiple choice options are A, Rebecca Ferguson, B, Emily Blunt, C, Amy Adams, D, Alice Eve.
Emily Blunt.
Correct for 1 point. So coming to that round, I have Rue getting it up to 12, Dean at 10. Is that what you have, Dylan?
That is what I have, yes.
Okay, 12 to 10. As we get into round number 3, round 3 is going to work like this. Each person is going to get to pick what they want for their 1, their 2, their 3, and their 4-point question. Categories they will be able to pick from tonight are John Carpenter, comic book movies, comedy, 1970s, westerns, family, music, and animated. We'll let them pick their categories right now, and we'll get back to you right now. Okay, we are back, and our competitors have picked what they want for their 1, their 2, their 3, and their 4-point question. Rue has picked his 1 in animation, his 2 in comedy, his 3 in family, and his 4 in comic book movies, whereas Dean has picked his 1 in comedy, his 2 in family, his 3 in comic book movies, and his 4 in John Carpenter. So, since Dean is behind, we will start with him. Since I gave Rue his questions in round 2, I will give Dean his questions in round number 3, starting with his 1-pointer in comedy. In what 2000s comedy will you find the supporting characters Pedro, Uncle Rico, and LaFonda? I need hands on screen.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, sorry. Napoleon Dynamite.
Correct for 1 point. And we'll stick with you for your 2-pointer in family. What is the profession of Buddy's real dad in Elf?
He's a children's book publisher.
That is correct for 2 points. So now we go over to Rue for his 1-pointer in animation. Take it away, Dylan.
Yep. So your 1-point question in animation, Amaru. Who voices the title character in Fantastic Mr. Fox?
George Clooney.
That is correct for 1 point. And because we are tied and Amaru has more questions, I will read his 2-point question in the category of comedy, which is, in This Is the End, which actor crashed the party and wastes most of the group's food and water supply?
Five, 4, 3, 2.
Jonah Hill.
That is incorrect. We were looking for Danny McBride.
Okay, so now Dean has more questions. We have the same amount of questions now. We're all tied up. So we'll go back over to Dean for his 3 in family.
Comic book.
Comic book movie.
Oh, sorry, you're 3 in comic book movies. My bad. We read the 3 in family. Dean, your 3-pointer in comic book movies. Vin Diesel, Toby Kebbell, and Guy Pearce star in what comic book movie? Five, 4.
A Man Apart.
That is incorrect. Looking for Bloodshot. So now we will go over to Rue's 3 in family.
All right, 3-point question in family. In 1998's The Parent Trap, Nick and Elizabeth meet on what mode of transportation?
Five, 4, 3, 2,
Repeat.
1.
All right, that is your first repeat, I believe. In 1998's The Parent Trap, Nick and Elizabeth meet on what mode of transportation?
Five, 4,
A boat.
3.
That is correct for 3 points.
So now we are in a situation where if Dean hits his 4-pointer in John Carpenter, then we send it back over to Rue. If not, then Rue does win the match. So Dean, your 4-pointer in John Carpenter. What is the name of the Los Angeles ghetto that Assault on Precinct 13 primarily takes place in? Five, 4, 3.
Repeat, please.
Is your second repeat. What is the name of the Los Angeles ghetto that Assault on Precinct 13 primarily takes place in? Five, 4.
One more
3.
repeat.
Your final repeat. What is the name of the Los Angeles ghetto that Assault on Precinct 13 primarily takes place in? Five, 4, 3,
Oh,
2.
not coming to me. Southside.
And your winner, Amaru Moses. The correct answer was Anderson. Anderson was the correct answer. So we are going to go to post-match interviews, starting with Dean. Dean, you weren't able to pull off the victory tonight, but you kept it close in there. How are you feeling?
Real bad. Real bad, Caleb. I did not play very well. Nerves really got to me. First 2 questions were coming to me at the last second, and ones I just know. I just really couldn't get anything going in my brain. Horror, which wasn't clicking. Couldn't remember anything. And that 3-pointer, completely overthought it. Bloodshot was the first thing that popped into my head, and then I just second-guessed myself at the last second. And that Carpenter, one of the few things I have not written down, I guess. So not very happy with this one. I'm coming back strong for the next one.
That's fair. Well, when you do come back, who do you want to play next?
I don't know. I never really think about that. I never really think ahead of like who I want to play next. 1-1 now. There's a lot of great 1-1 competitors out there. Maybe Stephanie. That's
fair. I don't know if Stephanie is playing, but
okay.
Maybe,
there you go.
maybe not. We'll see. But Javi, did you have something to add? You're muted again, buddy.
Yeah, I think, again, classic. I think Dean's going to beat himself up about this, but I don't think he should. I think he played a great game. We've all had our moments where we feel like we should have done better in a certain thing, but I'm sure this is just a momentary lapse, and he's just going to get right back on the saddle. So he's going to do great.
Okay, well, thank you, Dean. Thank you, Javi. Going to go to Rue and Kirk. Rue, you pulled off the victory. How are you feeling?
I'm feeling really good. First, shout out to Dean. If that was a bad game and he was a question away from me making me hit my 4-pointer, then watch out for him moving forward. But I feel really good. I think this is the 3rd time this year in total where I knew the answer, one of my answers, and went to multiple choice. I feel a little better because I shot for one and got it right, and then played safe for one and still got it right. But again, I'm playing smart. I'm playing well, and I'm happy with how this one turned out because I said no pressure before, but a 4-pointer to win comic book movies for me, that's all the pressure. So I'm glad I didn't have to do that.
I think Rue played great. Like I said, this match was about kicking off the rust and kind of getting back in the swing of things. And I mean, 7 points in round 1, doing a great job playing smart, working the way through a 6 points in round 1, strong round 1. Working through a wheel that wasn't necessarily favorable, and then doing what you had to do in round 3. So I mean, like I said, if this is the kind of get the nerves off game, I think we have nowhere to go but up, and I'm really confident about where we're going to go from here.
Well, Rue, when you do come back, I think we're in a situation where both you and Dean, the next time we will see you is in that big 32-person tournament. Where are you hoping comes down the seeding? Wherever the seeding lands, who are you hoping you see?
You know what? I don't have anybody that really comes to mind. Everybody who comes to mind right now is in my faction, so I don't want to see any of them. So somebody I can beat, that'll be great. Love that.
Great attitude. Thank you, Rue. Thank you, Kirk. Dylan, final thoughts on the match?
Yeah, it was a solid match. I mean, I know Dean was beating himself up a lot about his performance, but I actually thought he still played very good, like hanging in there all the way till the very end. It's just the very broad categories can be very hit or miss at times, so it is what it is. But yeah, I think I'm excited to see both of these competitors come back because I think this is a strong showing from both of them.
That is fair. Well, thank you, Dean. Thank you, Rue. Thank you, Javi. Thank you, Kirk, for managing. Thank you to Dylan for co-hosting. Thank you to everyone at home for watching. This has been Multiplex Movie Melee, and we will see you later.
Goodbye. Later.
After you, Junior. You'll always have Paris.
Bye-bye, boys.
Have fun storming the castle.
Think it'll wait?
It would take a miracle.
Bye-bye.